welcome you today to the ZEOS Systems presentation as part of the Solutions Days of the PDF Association. Today I will tell you about the relationship between PDF-A and PDF-E and what we are doing as ZEOS Systems in this environment. It always said that the big eats the small. It is similar here, but the good news, there is still enough left of the eaten one. ZEOS Systems, who are we and what we are doing in this area? I would like to limit myself here to what is relevant in this context, our conversion solution. In our subtitle, you will find digital paper solution. The name is for our own workflow engine. It should be better called automation engine because our goal is the complete automation of file conversion processes. File formats are converted here. We start in the middle, the upper middle, and find another unknown term, corporate conversion server. That name addresses the idea of processing really all automated file conversions via one uniform platform in one company. Let's continue clockwise. We are proud of our system integrations. Of course, we can also explain our REST API to integrators, but for important systems, we have much deeper and process-related integrations. These are available for SAP or Teamcenter from Siemens PLM, a number of other PLM systems on the market, SharePoint and its document management part, and email is becoming more and more important. One step further clockwise, the conversion becomes interesting when it comes to application formats. When it becomes difficult and it is at the same time it demands very good quality. These categories include CAD models, Office documents, and email, which in turn can have attachments in different formats. Further clockwise, the aim of conversion is to achieve qualities for other applications. The focus here is on archiving and output to print media. Along the way, numerous additional functions may be needed. Stamps and watermarks with metadata are still simplest requirements. Files can be protected from forwarding with digital signatures or encryption techniques. It is also possible to recover text from pixel formats like optical character recognition. And finally, the data obtained in this way can be stored again with source system. And so the cycle is closed. Many customers may know us as from our conversion solution for SAP environment, but there's more than only this integration. Here are a few examples. On the bottom right, our powerful integration in SAP again. Above, an integration in SharePoint, not only in batch mode, but also for interactive use by users. What works in SAP, it also could work in Teamcenter. The top left shows a complete different way how we integrate in Teamcenter. Local application for end users is shown on the bottom left corner. We do have that application already in cloud. These are the application formats in the Office area, which we are able to convert. Of course, the Microsoft Office product sequence like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, but also Visio and Project is demanded. Very often used is Microsoft Outlook, and we are able to handle this input format also with all the attachments which are possible to use in this area. So, and we are very well known for our CAD converters. We usually use the original CAD application to export the demanded file formats, which are PDFA or several 3D exports, and in this speech very important the 3D PDF export, a list of available CAD systems, and sometimes we use third-party converters to export or to reach 3D PDF, like the PostApp PDF server. And in all cases we don't trust the original PDFA export of the CAD systems. We always use the Colors PDFA-lib to convert from PDF to PDFA. So let's speak a little bit about the both mentioned ISO standards PDFA and PDFE. I would like to show the near the last part of the family tree of PDFA. Its part comes out was published in 912 as part 3 of that ISO standard. Important is that in this level of standardization it is allowed to attach non-PDFA files. It's different to PDFA2. There were some a little bit confusions under our customers because we remarked that now it is possible to archive, to use PDFA as a container to archive non-standardized files, and there are some famous applications to use these features. For instance, the Zugpferd invoices standardized over all Europe, or the famous Volkswagen interactive drawing, a mixture between PDF views and JT 3D views of the same part. We always recommend customers to use some kind of pairs of files. If you have an unsigned PDF file which is not in PDFA, we recommend to convert it to PDFA, use that PDFA file as a container, and PDFA3 container, and attach the original signed file. Same with Excel. If you need the formulas included in Excel, let us convert that Excel file into PDFA and attach again the original Excel file. Same with video, sound, AutoCAD drawings and so on, which are not standardized via some ISO standard. Do it the same way, use PDFA3 as a container. On the other hand, I mentioned already PDFE. E stands for engineering, and there's only small family tree of that standard. The first part came out in 2008. From our point of view, that standard reaches only a little importance on the market because most of our customers ask for archiving functionality. How to archive 3D objects. Just to mention, PDF, a 3D PDF is able to cover 3D objects in the file formats Universal 3D and PRC. The 3D PDF could also cover part structures coming from the CAD model. It also could include product manufacturing information, and will be supported by the cost-free Acrobat Reader since several years. So it doesn't cost money to interpret, to view these 3D PDF files, and of course PDF-E. So what else should be known about 3D PDF? It is supported the Acrobat Reader since version 7, that's several years ago. And as already mentioned, there are 3D objects included as Universal 3D or PRC, and these files are also standardized. Important are the 3D standards JT and STEP, and they should be included in the 3D PDF standard already or in the very next future. Let's have a look at the behavior of 3D PDF. This is an 3D PDF file shown in an Acrobat Reader. In the standard, you could have a look at the part structure if it is delivered by the original CAD system. You could have some buttons to switch between several views, like look from the front side or from left or right, and some kind of floating menu, configure different behavior like lighting or make cuttings through that 3D part, and so on. Question how to archive in 3D PDF file is still open. We got several questions from our customers, and we realized that there must be a big separation between two behaviors of two different usage of that 3D PDF file. Some customers told us that they are not interested in archiving these 3D PDF files, and they could always use the complete function set, which is already defined in PDF2. So they don't need that PDFE standard. They still use all functionality which is offered by that standard. On the other side, customers ask us for the archiving functionality, and in this case PDFA is too little limited. So let's go further on in the family tree of PDFA. PDFA4 was published just at the end of last year. We could say it was a Christmas present because it was just in the last days of the last year. This PDFA part is the first one, which is based on PDF2. And very interesting for most of our customers, it allows 3D objects. That part of the standard uses to completely different new level. It knows the level F for flat and E for engineering, and of course that E level is of very interesting for us. Still are two different file formats for the 3D objects are allowed, Universal 3D and PRC, and JT and STEP is still in discussion. Both file formats are defined by other ISO standards, and the question is when they will be allowed to maybe included in PDF-A. So again, that's the picture we saw already, standard 3D PDF. And some customers ask us, is it possible to have an user-defined menu, an additional menu, to make that handling more easy? So one idea was to have own views included in that PDF, in that 3D PDF file, so customers could or users could switch between different views, and we would like to have some kind of preview picture included in that button to use that view. Unfortunately, this is not allowed. 3D PDF or PDF-A4 would only allow these standard features of Acrobat Reader, because you would need JavaScript to give them gives these buttons live behavior, and PDF and JavaScript is usually not allowed in PDF-A, only in the case of that standard menus which are provided by Adobe. What could we deliver to you in the area of 3D PDF? We could give you an automated production of 3D PDF out of CAD data. We could adjust PDF to PDF A4, but you would need also some consulting work from our side to explain the different features of PDFA